I went from charging $200 per month, working the 12-hour days and dealing with pain in the ass clients, to just 1 year later being able to charge multiple four figures and travel thousands of miles just to meet my amazing clients in person. But most importantly, I have built a business that I genuinely love waking up to every single day. And I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this because you are probably in the exact same position I was in a year ago. You're great at coaching, but you're stuck working with low-paying clients, struggling to sign new clients, and wondering why your business isn't growing the way you know it should. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact system I use to transform my own business, and it's the exact same system I implement into my clients' businesses to help them 2 to 5x their revenue. So as you can see here on the screen, we have the traditional way of selling coaching and information online. Then we have the flow system, which is the exact system we use to help our clients scale. And the traditional way here often relies on big teams, huge ad spends, and you competing on price. But with the flow system, that works with a small or even no team at all, because to be honest, I don't want to have a huge team. That is just a headache, and most of my clients, they paid me because they feel the same way. And it's focusing on organic brand growth and uses ads only to scale it up. Because if you're someone who only relies on ads in 2026, it's going to be super hard because the trust just keeps getting lower. And the only way to actually build real trust online is by building your personal brand, being personal and showing who you actually are. That's why we focus so much on building up your brand and organic growth. And it's built around you, your story, beliefs, and method, and it grows without requiring you to work even more. And the result, you get to keep higher profit margins and the freedom to keep doing what you genuinely love, because you got into this space because you love coaching, you love teaching people, because that's what you're good at. And here are just a few of the results from clients of ours that has been using the flow system. So let's start with Jack here at the side. So before we started working together, he was super good at coaching. All his clients was literally winning, but he was only charging $500 for 12 months of coaching, and he only relied on referrals, which is something you don't want to do because it's so unpredictable. But after we worked together, we're still working together, he decided to keep going with me. He has been able to increase his price to 1.5k instead. He has 3x his monthly revenue, and he's now attracting new clients through organic content, which was like he wasn't doing that before. He wasn't even posting consistently. Then we have Sam here, and before we started working together, he knew how to go viral, attract people with his page, but he was attracting the wrong audience, and he was stuck at $2,500 per month. And then after we worked together, he was able to scale to consistent $8,000 a month, and we are still scaling. The goal is to hit his first 10k month as soon as possible, just 90 days later. And now he have a very clear positioning, he's attracting the right audience, and he have a predictable client acquisition system. Then we have Connor here, super nice dude. So before we started working, he had no strong brand, was undercharging, he had no clear way to turn attention into cash, and he was only making $1,000 per month. And now, just I think it's like 3 to 4 months later, he was able to hit his first $5,000 month. Just 2 months later, after we started working together, and is now attracting clients willing to pay premium prices because of the changes that we made to his offer and to his brand. So now he's getting like tons of inbound people coming in. And the reason to why this system works so well is because firstly, you become the obvious choice. You're different, and this system turns that into your biggest advantage, your story, beliefs, and unique method. And it builds trust in a market where the trust is super low right now. If you haven't been living under a rock for the last year, you have probably seen that yourself. It's just getting harder every single day to sell information online. And instead of competing on price or promises, you build a brand so strong and trustworthy that people come to you ready to buy. And then it builds a business that scales without you. Create a system that consistently brings in clients so you can scale without working more hours. Because you still want some freedom. You want to have some time outside of working, right? You don't want to sit inside for 12, 14-hour days just behind your laptop. You want to spend time with your family and do the things you genuinely love, like going to the gym, etc. But most importantly, it compounds over time because every piece of content builds more trust. Every client creates more proof, and every testimonial increases your credibility instead of having to start from zero every single month. Everything you build continues working for you and makes the next step easier. And that is super important to remember. And here's exactly how the entire flow system works, as summarized in one simple picture. So at the top here we have a track. That is like the first step of this system, if that's what you want to call it. And here is where we're focusing on generating leads and attracting the right people, and that's usually from your short form content. Then we have nurture here. Turn strangers into people who trust you enough to buy. And if you don't, like, I would say this is one of the most important steps of this entire module here, nurturing. Because if you don't know how to nurture and build more trust in 2026, you're cooked. And a few ways to do this that we help our clients with is building up email lists and YouTube channels as well. Like, YouTube is so powerful because most of the people who's hanging out there, like, they are there for a reason. Because when someone is looking at one of your reels on Instagram, like, they don't choose to watch it, it just popped up on their feed. But when someone is scrolling on YouTube, like, they have a problem in their mind that they need someone to help them solve. So what they do is that they actively click on your video because they see you as the solution. And if you are able to build trust in your YouTube videos, if you're able to organize them the right way, it's going to be much easier for you to attract more high-paying customers. And then you can also use all those videos, for example, in a DM, send that to prospects. From there, once you have been nurturing people, it's time to convert them. So turn interested prospects into paying clients. And then onboarding, make an unforgettable first impression with a world-class onboarding. And this is something we build out for all of our clients as well, like everything in here. But I would say onboarding is also super important, and many people are not like truly seeing the value in it. I've been working with so many fitness coaches over the last year, and I would say 99% of them, like, their onboarding sucks. They just send out a random form once they join. Like, there's no clear flow behind it. So what we build out is like an entire system just for the onboarding alone, because you want to make sure that all the clients that you actually sign are like super happy. And the easiest way to like make them super happy, feel more confident in you as their mentor, is having a world-class onboarding. Then we have deliver results so good that people beg to work with you again. It should be super easy for you to upsell people. And if you're not able to upsell people, and if you're struggling with that, it means that you're missing something there. You're doing something wrong in the way you actually coach people or how your offer is actually structured. And then we have amplify, which is the last step here. Use the results to create more growth. And what I mean by that is like using your current clients to scale up your brand even more. Because what most people do here is that they simply just post a before and after picture or a quick testimonial on their Instagram story. But that's not what you want to do. Instead, what you want to do is, for example, going on client interviews, doing client breakdown videos, etc. Meet them up in person if you can, and use all that material to get super high authority organic content, and also use that content for the ads, because those ads are going to perform super well. So that's basically how this flow system works, and then it just goes around like this. So here is the exact 4-phase system we use to build this out for our clients, this flow system here, because it's not just something that happens overnight. It's a huge process. As you can see, there's a lot of steps in it. But here we have all the 4 phases. And the first phase here is the flow offer repositioning system. Create an offer that people actually want to buy. And I would say this is super important, because if you don't have a strong offer that people actually want from the first place, everything else is going to become super hard. It doesn't matter how good your videos are or how good you are at sales. Like, if you don't have a scalable offer that people actually want to buy, no one is ever going to buy it. That's just how it is. So what we help our clients with is creating a premium offer that clients actually want to buy, that makes you different from your competitors and increases your perceived value and pricing power. Build a scalable delivery system. And when most people hear the word scalable, they think about scaling ads, content, or making the landing page better. But the easiest way to scale your business right now is just by making your delivery better, making it more automated, so you have to spend less time on manual tasks that an AI can do for you. Then we have create an offer designed for long-term growth and client results, because of course you want to stay in business for a long time. Then we have the flow client conversion system. Turn attention into paying clients. And what we do here is building up a scalable backend infrastructure, create an ecosystem that nurtures the leads that you're actually getting in. If you don't have a clear ecosystem for that, it's going to be insanely hard for you. And build a sales process that converts consistently. So what we do here is, for example, building up pre-booking pages, landing page funnels, VSLs, sales presentations, etc. And these are all things that my clients really like, and this is like the backbone of their whole business. Because if you don't have a strong back infrastructure, it's going to be insanely hard for you. You can't just be someone who are really good at creating content. You need to be good at everything. Everything in your business has to be super dialed in to make sure that it's actually working, and especially if you're trying to scale to the bigger numbers. Then we have the third step, which is the flow brand system. Here is where you're focusing on becoming the obvious choice. And this is all about content here, your personal brand. So what we firstly do on this phase here, the third phase, is identifying your ICP and what makes you different. Optimize your profile on Instagram and YouTube for sales and conversions. Create content that attracts buyers. And build a nurturing system using long-form YouTube content, and establish you as the go-to authority in your niche. And to be honest with you, this is something that most people are struggling with, the personal branding, without them even realizing it. So there's often a lot of changes that we have to make in this step right here. And then we had the last phase, which is the flow scaling system, where we focus on scaling what actually works and is producing results. We do this by, for example, running targeted ads, track key metrics across content, ads, and outreach. And when I say tracking key metrics, I mean literally everything. I truly mean it. If you don't know your numbers, I wouldn't even call myself a business owner. It's super important that you know everything that's going on right now, and then cut out what isn't converting and double down on what is. So that's how all the phases works and how they actually look like. And this is exactly what we do with all of our clients to make sure that we can build up this flow system here. So if you're looking to scale up your coaching business using this exact flow system that I just walked you through, there is a link below this video where you can find some more information, plus book your free business audit with me. And on that call, we basically go over all of this together and see exactly how we can implement this into your business.